City Council meeting of Tuesday, June 4th, 2019 to order. Please take the roll.
Councilor Lehman.
Here.
Councilor Marcus.
Here.
Councilor Milich.
Here.
Mayor Clarge.
Here. Number 3, report from department heads. Public Works.
Sorry, I've been busy with softball, school ball and stuff, and that ended, and with the weather tonight, I had a chance to get up here, so. We're maintaining over there as is, knock on wood, it's been quiet on the fire department side, and we'll take that. Got a couple new members coming on board, so that's always a good thing. And we just...
You're still short though.
We're always short.
Yeah. Okay, just.
Yeah, so we're sitting right at about 15, 16 members. So we had a member retire after 20 years of service, so 21 years of service, so Jim Battaglia just retired, so.
And then we moved Pat Durbon into
battalion.
Oh, okay.
Got him moving within the ranks and keeping everything going there. And like I said, we're gonna look at some projects this summer. Get out, we'll be doing hydrants, we'll be doing a couple other things, so.
Would you be available? I'm trying to set something with the city of Chisholm. It's in their lap right now, but we want to talk about just, public works and things. We're not looking to do anything different or consolidate or anything like that, but if there's ways we can maybe collaborate to get some equipment that could be shared or something like that. But okay, we'll keep you posted. We'll give you some lead time on that. So.
Okay, perfect.
Other than that, things are good?
Everything's good, unless you guys got any questions for us. And
I have none right now.
Split so far between the ambulance and fire department seems to be working well. I know some of us are taking a little break from running ambulance calls, so that's kind of nice. Get a little more sleep at night, so so everything's been pretty good over there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Engineering Ryan will have a comment in his report. The attorney, nothing there. He will be here next meeting. Long range planning and zoning, they met a while back.
They had a meeting.
Okay.
July.
It'll
be
July,
the next one.
Recreation Board, I haven't heard anything. Ryan, have they given you any report or anything?
No.
Library Board, we still have an opening, right?
Yeah, I believe the library board is meeting next week to go over the applications they received for the library.
They hire someone, okay, and then they'll inform us of what they've done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. BETA, we just had a meeting a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, last week.
Was it last week?
Yeah, we just talked about highway signs, dusting out there.
Yeah. Billboard signs.
Yeah, the billboard sign.
On the south side of 169.
And I went to the school today and I got the contract that they're doing. They have 3 billboards and they get $900 a year for those. But then there's some other things they have to do. And then it's a contract written by Lamar, but we agreed to it. And there's some things they have to do and take care of. And we have a little bit of responsibility, but not very much. So we'll continue to follow up on that because we did look at other sites and what they wanted to put it, right? So that we didn't infringe upon some of our lots for development. So that's to be continued, and I'm sure we'll have that come up at the next BETA meeting at the end of the month, right? Mm-hmm. That's the last Tuesday of every month. Okay. No report from the sheriff.
I haven't gotten anything.
Okay, I haven't heard anything. So, do you have any written anything?
Nothing.
Have you talked to actress? I don't know. Lately?
He was in town today.
I went and met with them 2 weeks ago. Just introduced myself.
Just thinking maybe I should let them know about all the traffic.
Yeah, no, I will send them an email tomorrow just to make sure they keep an eye out.
Okay. Clerk Ryan, you're up.
Just an update on the USDA application and where we're at. If you remember kind of the funding structure, we had some money coming in from the USDA and a portion from the state WIF program. That program did get fully funded by the legislature in Minnesota. So what we're waiting for is an award letter from them, which I expect in the next couple weeks. And from that point, the engineer will come over and kind of probably lay out his recommendations for council approval, and then he'll probably start getting bidding documents prepared still the timeline to go for bid sometime this fall. And on a side note too, I'm working on submitting some bonding requests that are due on the 14th. One is for the school and the other is for the water portion of that infrastructure project, which is roughly 3.1 million. And I did hear that there may be, or there probably will be, some more federal dollars available for specifically water infrastructure improvements coming down the pipeline, so I'll keep you updated on that.
We'll keep working with John Jamnick on that, correct, for that grant. And then Gary Sirkvenik and Mike Larson from SEH are working on the bonding proposal that Ryan's fleshing it out, and we're meeting, next Thursday at 10 here.
Yeah.
About, with the potential suitor for that, and then just seeing what we can do. But we want to make sure by June 15th, we have to have proposals in for bonding to have a reasonable amount of success to get anything. So we'll report back to the council what we've decided to do, how much we'll apply for. It's a limited amount. It's a bonding year, and everybody and their uncle will be applying. They'll be coming out of the woodwork to do that. We're going to be putting in 2 proposals ourselves. So, and we have to prioritize. I think we're going to prioritize the school. When we make that, we'll come back and let you know. But especially if there's potential for USDA getting some more grant money to lower that bill on that whole infrastructure process, that'd be great. So
I got a question for Ryan. You get my emails that I sent you? Forwarded?
Yeah.
Does that look like anything that's beneficial?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. I talked to Jamnick about it, and plus I reached out to someone in Congressman Stauber's office to kind of keep the city appraised on what we need to do to kind of access some of those funds. So hopefully something like that works out, and we can get a good portion of that water part covered, which would leave the city in a very good position for flexibility and kind of getting ahead of the game on some of this infrastructure.
Yeah, Rams is hosting a listening session with people from the state on bonding and infrastructure projects, so I just forwarded it to Ryan to see.
Okay, yeah, I received that from Steve too. So
yeah, basically they have representatives there from USDA, which we're already in the middle of, and also the WIF program, which we got to, as well as IRRB and CDBG. So it's, yeah.
I didn't know if
Yeah, no. That's all I have.
any questions for Ryan from anyone? Okay. If not, Central Iron Marine Sanitary Sewer District, we met a few weeks ago, and we have another meeting in July. Johnny, anything? We talked about the disposal of waste the last time, and we're just moving along with that. So.
Yeah, that was basically from the last meeting we had, so we covered. Public Works, from the deep well coming into the pump house, just going into the reservoir, I think those guys, they gotta change that pipe. So Trent was gonna get some numbers. There's quite a few holes in the pipe. It just goes into the reservoir, and it's a sprinkler system, kind of aerates it to actually take out the smell. If there's any smell developed, kind of like a sprinkler system. But there's a couple pieces in there that have to be replaced, so I think we're gonna replace the whole thing. The last time we changed it was about 30 years ago, so.
Will that interrupt service at all or anything?
Well, yeah, we'll have to chlorinate the reservoir, and what we have doing is just pumped it out. That hydrant's hooked up to it, so you can pump it out and kind of flush it out, and then just fill it back up.
Okay.
Do our guys do that?
Well, they're just gonna put some numbers together, but we'd have to take another look at that. Because you actually have to go in the reservoir and.
It's not an underground
No,
pipe, it's,
well, it's in the tank,
yeah.
but anyhow, they're gonna be looking at getting some numbers or seeing what's involved in that, so. He's not here, but I just brought it up.
Probably. How soon is he looking at getting numbers? This month or what?
Well, yeah, they'll be looking at.
How soon do we have to do this? Is this a rush?
No,
or?
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Okay, anything else, any of that? Okay, then we'll move on to number 3 on the agenda. Council additions to the agenda, we're not going to add anything. We will clarify that 7A curbside recycling, we do have NIS here, and we'll have them speak at that time, and there'll be a question and answer session, similar to what we had when we had waste management here previously, so.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I think we have waste management too, don't we?
Oh, we do? Okay, well, we're gonna have both of you then talk. Okay, I apologize. I didn't know that. I don't know you, so.
I'm filling in for Diana.
Okay, but we'll get to that in a little bit here. We just have a couple more things to do, so. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as is, and just we'll have Waste Management and NIS speak on 7A?
Also move on.
Okay, is there support?
Support.
Further comment? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign, motion is carried. Okay, move on to number 5. Citizens forum. Okay, we'll wait unless there's somebody that's not with Waste Management or NIS to speak. And since there's not, we'll move on to item number 6, the consent agenda, which includes A, minutes, regular city council meeting of May 21st, 2019, and then B, claims, payroll number 11, $12,740.02. May payroll, $1,850. Accounts payable, $25,256 for a grand total of $39,846.02. I would ask for a motion to approve the consent agenda with the minutes and the claims.
We're gonna have the,
Oh, that other bill,
Yeah, with addition.
with the addition of the First National Bank of Beulah sweeper loan payment of $5,634.29. We'll add
Is this
that.
a yearly payment?
Yeah, it's a yearly payment.
did we get a new sweeper or what?
Yeah. Well, new used.
Yeah, new used.
For 16,488. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, must have been, okay. Original, yeah.
Original loan.
Yeah,
Well, it was probably double that price. We paid,
Put cash.
I think, upfront half or whatever. And then we took out a 3-year payment. So next year will be the same thing, and the following year we'll pay, instead of taking out of our equipment fund and draining it, we pay part, and part. And then that lets us money in a pot to buy other things.
So there's 2 years left after this payment, or 1 year?
2,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're still at 11,000. Okay.
That's pretty low interest rate.
Yeah, the city negotiated that with the bank. I believe the city put in $20,000 cash up front, and then we financed the rest for 3
Okay.
years.
And the vendors will do this too, but bank came out with a pretty good deal.
What do we do with like the old sweeper then? Is that-
We're still trying to sell it. We haven't had any takers as of yet.
Okay,
Almost put it on an auction or something.
I was just gonna say, bring up the due bid. Okay, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I'll support that.
support by John. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign, motion is carried. Okay, we'll now move into 7A business. Curbside recycling will take waste management first, as they were on the list, and NIS will follow, okay? Welcome. And since I don't know, would you introduce yourself?
Yeah, certainly. Randy, District Operations Manager for Cohasset site.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to meet you.
Did she forward a copy of the proposal to everybody?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes, they have a copy of the updated.
Oh, okay. So, I believe at the last meeting, they had proposed it twice a month, and then that was, they asked for some other options. Now, one of some of the other options were every other week trash. That would be a significant increase in price because of the volume. We can't fit that all in one truck due to the volumes. Or 3 weeks of trash would be the same thing, and then the 1 week of recycling. What you did ask for is a once a month price. That would come up to $5.20 per home. That was for a 96 gallon. But that would be also based on whatever one truck could hold. If we, in the other municipalities on the Iron Range where we service, at about 450 to 500 homes servicing a 64-gallon cart, that truck fills up. Recycling doesn't pack as well. So the concern would be, we don't have any once-a-month recycling residential. The concern would be with that 96-gallon once a month that we could have some problems with not having to drive all the way back to Cohasset to the transfer station to dump, or potentially needing two trucks. If we did that, then that cost would increase. We're willing to try it as a kind of see if it works, but depending on the volumes that you guys recycle, we could run into trouble with that.
Well,
Everybody else is.
so it would be an experiment to start.
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
see. Okay.
Every other municipality that we service residentially is every other week with a 64 or 96, whatever you choose.
And we had the bid for the every other week too, so.
Yeah, you already have that, correct.
We got that, okay.
We'd like to coincide that with your existing extension of your 5-year contract with the trash, and both prices are included in that proposal.
Because the contract we have with you now expires at the end of this calendar year, correct? Or no?
Yeah, according to our record.
12, yeah.
2020.
Yep. 12/31
Next year.
Well,
Current curbside waste agreement expires 12/31 of 2020.
yeah.
Yep.
Would it be a problem to leave the cardboard bins down there and the glass? Just, that's it.
And not
And recycle the tin, the plastics?
in the carts.
Yeah.
She would submit a different proposal, but the problem with the bulk pickup or the bulk drop off was that contamination mainly. Yeah.
Well, but I
We
mean,
wouldn't solve that. That's not gonna
Right.
go away.
The problem we
That's
have.
the honor system, and that doesn't seem to be working.
the glass doesn't seem to be a problem with, because, you have those small portholes.
Yep.
It's not contaminated, because I've been in there,
Right.
looked. I mean, there's a lot of beer bottles, wine bottles from the bars and
Yep.
whatever, and it's full. I mean, if we left that as is and left the cardboard as is, the rest of it would be in these separate bins that we're
Right.
talking about.
It's a disciplinary thing. Are the people willing to take that out of their recycling stream and not put it in their cart and bring it to the
Well,
bulk?
if you had a recycling bin at home, what's gonna fill it up the fastest?
Those things.
Cardboard.
Yeah, those things. that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we got the garbage or the recycling can, you might as well just throw all your recycling. Instead
Yeah.
of-
That's where I'm going.
But if you do it once a month, you're gonna fill it up with cardboard, and you're not gonna have room for
That's a good point.
whatever.
I mean, I can see the cardboard, but the
Well, that's what I meant.
glass bottles,
Well, then the bars are just gonna throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, they utilize that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go down, there's beer bottles and, most of it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's an option.
And the glass is not maybe once every month and a half. It's not a monthly pickup, because it doesn't fill up that quick.
Right.
Sure, Mr. Gibson just pleased to
Oh, yeah.
hear about glass is the biggest one that makes the biggest noise, correct?
Those guys come in there, they're there during the day, they're not there at night.
Well, I think we should ask
No.
it's what even here at your house.
So, but just something to look at, and just, I guess I understand everything that, I didn't realize that we had a contract. I thought it was ending this year for some odd reason,
So next year.
but, okay,
Year and a half roughly.
okay.
Any other questions for me?
Well, I'm just gonna ask them, any comments?
Well, that's.
We had a good presentation at the last meeting.
Yep,
She did a great
she did,
job.
and then we really went through this with a fine tooth comb, because we just don't have it set up for a once a month recycling residentially. Not that we're not willing to try it, and see how it goes, and like you said, you have an option, maybe, if they're willing to go and get rid of the glass and the cardboard at your bulk drop off, that's significantly reduce the capacity of your recycling.
That saved us $1 something,
Household?
yeah, a month, correct?
Roughly.
As opposed 1 to 2, so. Okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Further comments?
Can't think of anything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next, welcome.
Hi.
Would you introduce yourself too, as I haven't met you yet? So.
Sure. My name is Christine Schlottig. I am owner of Northern Integrity Services. I am also owner of Northern Minnesota Recycling. We have been hauling your guys' recycling for the last decade. And I've been manager of the county recycling facility, was manager for a decade. So I'm pretty in tune to recycling in the area.
Okay. Well, welcome to the board.
Thank you.
Council. And
Thank you.
we'll probably have some questions here if you want to give us a brief overview.
Sure.
We just got some stuff this afternoon.
Yep.
And so we're going to be talking about recycling here, so.
I recently, I've been involved in the waste industry since I've been 18 years old. I have 3 garbage trucks and routes up north. And I was just inquiring recently about your guys' contract, and on Friday, they said if I was interested in putting a proposal, that I could put one in. So I apologize for the briefness of it and everything, but I only had a couple days to get all the numbers put together, which is perfectly fine. I propose a once a week pickup for garbage and curbside simultaneously. And I do this because storing recycling is not easy. We at the recycling facility want people to recycle, and the more easier, friendly you can make it, the more odds they will recycle. If they're putting out trash and they're recycling at the same time, you're more than likely going to get people who are willing to recycle. Otherwise it gets in the way, things happen, it starts to smell, and it just makes it easier to throw it away. Also, it's a one-time thing. You take out your trash and your recycling. We want to do it on 2 days a week instead of 1 day a week. I have a smaller truck, and I would use manpower instead of mechanical power, and this is why. There's many advantages. There's a financial advantage to using mechanical power, but there's also many advantages to using manpower, and that is you don't have to have your containers in a certain spot. If the container isn't in the right spot, the truck either has to run the curb over or drive on the lawn or whatever to get the container. With a man, you can get it from where it's out of place, putting it back. If it's plow season, the people can put the containers more out of the way than leaving them within a couple feet of the banks. The same thing with plowing. 2 days helps the city, where if it's a Tuesday, if we do Tuesday, Thursday, and it snows Tuesday night, the city employees will already know that the other side of will already have one side of the city that has no containers in the alleys and is clear to plow. It'll be convenient for them in that aspect. If there's any missed houses, they can always call and make an appointment to get theirs picked up. You know, if they forget to put it out or whatever, and they want it on Tuesday and they want to pay me a few bucks to swing in and pick it up on Thursday, that can be an option for between me and the homeowners. So I think that recycling and garbage pickup every week is definitely could be a very good option for Buhl. We're willing to do it. We're capable of doing it. And we're local. We're a local company. Everything stays local. We donate 5% of our proceeds or profits to local cancer patients and organizations. And I just think that it could be a win-win situation for the city and the local people.
This would be a double can thing too?
Yeah, it would be a can and when you're going once a week, you can use you don't need the expensive can, you can use more like a tote, like all the other cities do. You know, when it's a smaller amount, you can use a tote, so.
Well, we have a weekly pickup now, and some houses it's up and over and beyond the 64-gallon can.
That's on the garbage.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's garbage,
Right.
yeah.
But
Garbage, you have to use cans, you have to use the 64-gallon can for
Oh,
garbage.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the recycling is what you would add,
Oh, so, yeah, okay.
yeah.
So on a weekly pickup, we wouldn't need a 40-gallon or whatever. Is that what you're saying, the smaller container for the,
Well, have you seen like, for example, the city of Virginia's?
the little gray ones?
Yeah, the blue, they're about, I don't know, about 2 feet tall, about 3 feet long. They use more of totes than they do. The other thing is going to this recycling, those St. Louis County cans are $7,000 each to buy. They're sitting there. They pay $160 for every time they pull it. They also offer at times grants for containers for totes and stuff. And so there's a possibility that you might be able to even, we would work with you on other opportunities. Maybe the IRRB might get, the mines are starting to kick off. They're starting to get a little bit more spendable money. We would absolutely work as a partner with you guys on all waste needs and possibilities down the road. Not just trash removal. We're more like a partner in that kind of aspect.
Is there a possibility, let's say, with a single person, and you say you only want your garbage, you generate hardly any garbage, you get it picked up once a month, and recycling once a month? Is there something negotiable per household on something like this? Since you said you're willing to work with households
Actually,
on something like that?
that's actually how we do our my collection is, that's how my collection is done. My collections are done per volume, per customer. And so we charge per bag, we charge per yard, all my current customers. So, and we keep track of it. Some people are every week, some people are every other week. We do have a minimal just because of the price of the can. You do have to, get it a couple of times just to help pay for the cost of the can. But if the price is, covers the cost of the can, then absolutely.
Well, right now, we're committed to a contract with General Waste till, is it December?
Waste management. That's okay.
My buddy owns General Waste. Yeah, Waste Management, pardon me, but,
According to our records, it expires the end of this year. The last time they gave us the contract, they did it for 6 years instead of 5, so it really should be the end of 2019.
well, that we'll have to discuss,
Yeah.
we'll have to, okay.
But, what do you do with your recycling?
We bring it to the county facility. So it stays within the county. So.
Some goes to St. Paul, some goes to Milwaukee or whatever, or Green Bay.
Waste management.
Or,
Well, that's
yeah,
what Waste
okay.
Management does, yeah.
Well, no, the recycling is.
Recycling was brought down to the MRF,
Yeah,
the Twin Cities.
yeah. And the holidays, because Waste Management picks up on Mondays in Buell.
With the recycling, the one thing I can tell you is I manage over 200 sites for the recycling for St. Louis County. And you will find that I have, it's an industry that is absolutely people driven. Some days a half a can fill up at some locations in a day. In other days, times it could take four or 5 days. I treat my employees well. I have very good employees, and we run holidays. We've always run holidays, and we do a very good job at what we do. So.
There was also a proposal for business canisters or something too?
Well, you'll need the 8-yarders for
Okay.
for the commercial.
Okay,
Yeah, that's, and recycling too, so.
so we have a few businesses in town that, okay.
Yep, and a lot of them have like a couple of containers. We can get by with one container if we dump them twice a week. We can, utilize having the truck in town twice a week.
Is this something we tailor make then and
Yeah,
develop?
and, yep,
Okay.
case by case, and the cheapest is best for everybody. Efficiency is best.
Since you have your own guys on the truck that are hand dumping these,
Yep.
do we need your containers? I mean, if you have your own?
We can do, it's much more economical for the homeowners to have their own containers. If that's what they want to do, they can go to Menards and get one for, to go buy one, these industrial ones that you dump, they're well over, $100. If they want to go buy their own for $30, that's fine, Yeah, that's not a problem.
For the recycling part? The
No,
garbage?
well, they can put whatever they want out for both, like that, they can do whatever they want for both. It depends what you guys want as a city, you know, how you guys wanna have, if you wanna be responsible for cans, or if you do wanna put it on the homeowners, you know?
Well, I thought that's not part of your program?
No, it is. I have it priced in their containers. I assume the 64-gallon containers, but if you guys want to have the homeowners provide their own, then you know, that'll...
Well, why couldn't you do both? Because a lot of people don't generate that much garbage in a month. And a lot of people do.
Well, these are good questions to ask right now. That has to be negotiated. Everything would have to be negotiated.
Well, it seems like you're pretty open to about anything.
Yep. We're problem solvers. Like, we want, you know, waste to go away for you guys. Like, I know what a hassle it is for anybody. And you know, it's not just garbage. There's refrigerators and everything else, other kinds of waste that can be, you know, we would want to be your go-to, the city of Buhl, we'd want to be their go-to to people to help them with their waste, even other than garbage. So, you know.
But I see there'll probably be a problem billing this out, because everybody's gonna be a little bit different.
Yeah, that's something I would, I mean, if, whichever way the council, I mean, at least bring Diana into the conversation, because a lot of this would
be on her.
I think we'd wanna, you know, as a city, stay away from, you know, 10 different options. I think 2 options maybe is a little bit more manageable, especially for those that.
We want it streamlined. It has to be transparent. We can't be one of this, one of that, 2 of these.
Yeah.
It's gotta be so for the billing purposes and for what is expected of your company too. It would be any company that we have. We have to know what we're doing and have a billing system that works.
Yeah, I think everybody has, just like waste management, everybody has the green container, and that's what it is.
Well, that's to be negotiated. I mean, that's the way I have to look at
It's
it.
you know, according to her, it's a negotiable point. I don't think it has to be that.
If we're looking at, at reducing costs, there are some options.
Reducing costs a lot. Some people don't generate a lot of garbage in a month.
But that can be adjusted by the pickup schedule too. That's how you can maybe maintain that if that can be worked out. And then, but we'd want to set something so that poor Diana's not being driven absolutely mad in that office.
That's what she's getting paid the big bucks for.
Okay. Further questions? These are all good questions, and like I said, I mean, we just have to get a general overview. We have your sheet here.
Does this cost include the county?
Tippage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Anything further? Thank you.
Thank you.
We may end up with more questions. We may have more if I do the, you know, I've got to make sure I say this right, waste management. I apologize for that last slip. But. So.
Does your numbers include the county? Okay. How come they send us a bill every month? Well, on our bill, we pay $5 to something just for the county. I mean, we, you know, say we pay you $13 per household.
Right.
And then we also charge our people $5 a month, $5 and something a month for the county landfill usage or whatever.
550 right there, John?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's on there.
What the hell is that for?
I'd have to double check. I don't want
550, right? I think that's what he's talking about right there.
$5.50.
SW service fee?
Yeah, that's
solid waste service fee. And I would assume that goes for landfill maintenance.
And we have a solid waste management tax too.
well,
Yeah, that's central. Okay. Oh, we'll just double check on
We'll
that.
have to check on it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
Okay, so we're still investigating and just looking at things, and we've given two great proposals, and I think they've been explained pretty well. We've asked all the key questions. We have members in the audience that are very concerned about this too, and I hope that we're doing our due diligence now to make sure that what we do is we do it well and we do it right. Anything else?
You want to make a motion to table this till the next meeting?
Well, I just think that we'll just leave it as is. You can even table it, but maybe not till the next meeting.
Mr. Mayor,
There's some negotiation. I mean, we've got to look at that. We've got to still find out what we've got for contract here.
Right.
yeah, if you want to make a motion, maybe it's to direct City Hall staff to put together a comparison, including cost analysis between the two and,
To begin conversations.
yeah, and report back to the.
I'll make that motion since you said it, you can write it down. And then that way we'll direct you, Ryan, and we'll look at some things. If there's questions, we can call either group and get input from the council and just
I'll support
generate
that.
from there. Okay, further comment or discussion on this topic? Hearing none, John?
No.
Hearing nothing, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign, motion carried. Thank you both for coming, great companies, and now we gotta do more of our due diligence here. So we'll be in touch, I'm sure Ryan will be, so.
Yep.
Okay, we'll now move on to 7B, audit report. Okay, we're looking at having a presentation of the audit. We were given a couple of dates here.
Have it just before our next meeting, 5:30.
Yeah, I should be able to wrap that up within an hour,
The
right?
next council meeting is on June 18th.
18th?
This would be after the fact.
She only has these two dates available?
That's, if that works for you, for the council, that's what she's recommending. One
Is
thought.
25th the beta night?
One thought I had is BETA falls on that Tuesday, the 25th, since many members of the council are on BETA, maybe we have it in our, say at 4:30 or 5 on June 25th.
I would recommend 5. We should be able to wrap up within the hour. And we'll have a special council meeting for that.
Correct.
That makes sense to me, put two things together. Is there a motion to set a special council meeting to meet with the auditor to discuss the audit on Tuesday, June 25th, starting at 5 p.m.?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Stuart. Is there support?
Support.
Support by John. Further comment or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Okay, our next item is a special meeting again for the Public Works interviews. And we're looking at June 20th at 3:30, and once again, it's a special meeting. And I believe it's been narrowed down to 7 candidates, Ryan?
6. And I
okay.
apologize, I put April in
Okay.
the memo for some odd reason.
So there'd be 6. I will make the motion to have a special meeting for the reason of Public Works interviews commencing at 3:30 on June 20th.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
I get done at 3:30 on my job, so. And I was,
We could move it back half an hour.
yeah, or, I guess it's fine. 4 o'clock.
Okay, I would amend what I said till 4.
I was just gonna say that, I don't know if any of them, the candidates would,
Could make it at 3:30? Well, we were hoping that we could, so. But no, 4 o'clock works. Is there support? We do not have any meeting.
I'll support that.
Oh, okay.
And then, what day was that? 20, or
June 20th.
June 20?
I don't know what day that is.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday, okay. Yeah, our calendar's kind of full this month, so. Okay, moved and supported. Further discussion or comment? Hearing none, all those in
Why
favor of
don't
the...
we put that on the 18th? I mean, you're doing the 18th, the 20th, the 25th, the 13th,
Well, no, we have a council meeting on the 18th, right?
yeah. But I mean, at 4 o'clock, we don't have a council meeting.
Yeah, but you have 6 times 40 minutes, that's 240, that's a...
20 minutes.
You're cutting it pretty, close on the timeline, I think.
2.5 hours for 6 20-minute interviews.
Yeah, we're gonna be here from 4
2
o'clock till.
hours. 6 20-minute interviews, 2 hours.
It's kinda long.
4 o'clock then, yeah. We've got to move on it, though, it's got to go bang, bang, bang. One in, one out, in,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
On the 18th then?
I'd rather have it on the 18th. I mean, do it Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, I mean,
I don't care.
Well, the only thing is that we're just gonna be here from 4 o'clock till after the meeting gets done at
Okay.
7:30.
Okay. Well, I'll re-amend my motion to 4 o'clock on June 18th. Remember, we have timelines on those interviews, guys, we gotta stay with that, so.
Usually don't last too long.
Okay, is that amended motion okay with you, Stuart?
Yes.
Okay. Let the record show that. And now, is further comment or discussion? Without further ado, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign, motion is carried. Pack lunches, guys. Okay, now we're gonna move on to 7D, Resolution 19-18, conveyance of real estate. I just gotta flip the page here. It's a resolution to resolve to convey to Mark Lamoria and Karen Lamoria as joint tenants the real estate of lots 3 and 4, Block 1, State Edition to Buell, First Edition of St. Louis County, Minnesota. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 1918.
Is there support?
Support.
Okay. Any further discussion? Ryan, would you please take the roll on this as it's a resolution?
Counselor Lehman? Counselor Marcus?
Yes.
Counselor Milich?
Yes.
Mayor Clarich?
Yes. Okay. 7E is Resolution 1919, conveyance of real estate. Let me get the right number to Ryan Pervenanzi for Lot 1 and the north half of Lot 2, Block 3, Stubler Pit, St. Louis County, Minnesota. Is there a motion?
I'll make them.
Is there support?
Support.
Further comment or discussion? Hearing none, Ryan, it's a resolution, please take the roll.
Counselor Lehman?
Yes.
Counselor Marcus?
Yes.
Counselor Milich?
Yes.
Mayor Clarich?
Yes. Okay, now we'll get into council comments and other business. Stuart, anything?
I actually went on vacation, so I didn't get to attend the Rams meeting on last Thursday night, so.
Okay.
Other than that, I attended the Memorial Day thing at the senior center. Good turnout.
Anything else?
Nope.
John?
Our add in hometown focus on our lots and then our South Industrial Park this week.
Hopefully if Janet gets me the map.
Oh,
So I talked to
We're
him
waiting on that.
this
Otherwise,
morning.
next week?
Yeah.
we're
As
gonna
soon as-
have it in before Thursday.
Yeah.
So I gotta check with, okay, I'll look for that.
Just a comment on your side. Some of the people are saying one of your guys is pretty rough with the cans. He's cracked a bunch of them. You know, when
Yep.
he brings them down, and our guys gotta go and, you supply them.
We supply all the cans,
And-
there's no charge for a damaged can.
I know, but
Yep.
it's just a nuisance that we have to go back and, it's just
Yeah,
Just a heads up.
It's absolutely something we need to work on, absolutely.
Yeah, somebody's coming down hard.
Saves you money.
Absolutely,
You can
yeah.
just keep that under control. Anything else, John? Jim?
The only thing I got is a couple neighbors were complaining about that over Memorial weekend, burning that brush pile down there, and you get that westerly breeze, and it smells more like garbage burning than anything else. And it smolders for days, and you get that smell.
Well, put out your campfire.
Yeah. A campfire.
What brush pile? Wait, this is new.
Down at the,
Well, it's,
Should have called the fire department. Put it out.
yeah,
is there something else you can do
Done
with
that
that?
before.
no,
Why can't I go over the edge and just bury it?
Filling in wetlands.
Yeah, probably.
well, I suppose the other thing is we could wait for a easterly or southerly breeze, I don't know.
Who lights that? Is it the fire department or is it the
The
city?
city, we called
We should,
the DNR and we called 911 and
well, we
everybody's called.
should look at that anyway to try to control that. I can see what would be an issue.
Well, the thing is, it probably should have been burned when your windows aren't open or,
Well, you still get in house with the air exchangers.
well, that should have been turned off.
I was just gonna say.
Well, mine runs on a humidistat.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. That's a good point. Anything else, Jim?
No, that's it.
I'll just close by saying we are meeting next week. We are constantly working on the school and trying to get things with Mike Larson from SEH and with our lobbyist Gary Sirkvenik, and we are going to put something in the bonding bill, a large amount of money, and we're trying to just get something finite to go with. We have an interesting proposition. We're going to be meeting with some people and with Gary and Mike, like I said, next Thursday, and we'll see what comes of it. We'll keep the public informed on that. And that's all I have.
I wanted to bring up on the KGM thing, that we contact them and have their trucks turn at this tank. Instead of running through 12 blocks of downtown, dirtying our streets. I mean, do we have to run our new street sweeper to pick up the tailings and the mill feed that is laying on it all the way from the water tank out to the shortstop?
No, we probably called them and told them that they are dropping rocks, they might sweep it too.
Well, we can sweep it and then give them a bill every day, that's all.
Well, they are using the county road.
Well, no.
Was that okayed by the council previously to use this route?
Well, we had complaints that the route in front of the school, actually we had a person complain. So in taking them running those trucks all day for 12 hours a day in front of the 2 blocks in front of the school, because somebody complained, they ran them 12 blocks through the whole town. And it's a hazard.
Well, it is a hazard.
These guys
It's putting more miles on in town where you have people walking, you have children on bikes, you have children I heard them honk today when I was at the city hall.
I mean, if you watch them, none of them stop at any stop sign. They're jake braking. We have signs, don't jake brake in city limits, but that doesn't mean anything.
School's over too.
Huh?
Yeah, the
School's
school's
over.
out, so.
So
I mean,
they-
Yeah, I mean, there's kids running around. And then when they come down Culver over there, there's cars parked on both sides.
How long is this project that they've got going, or does this run all summer? I don't know.
This has been
Well, it's
4, 5, 6 years now.
This is around all summer.
It runs all summer? Okay.
All you have to do is turn, go by the school, go
Yeah.
out of town.
We have.
My question is, I wasn't here when this was
I'm
changed.
complaining that it's a hazard.
It's a county road, they can use that.
They don't, no, they don't. It's a city, it runs through the city.
The meeting's closed, I think we.
I already called the county.
Okay. We need formal council action on this, and we're past that part of the agenda. We'd have to bring something to the next agenda.
Well, we have tons of special meetings, it'll come up shortly then.
Well, no, the next meeting's the 18th, right? We don't have anything before that.
Yeah.
have I have 5 trucks running this road. I have 5, and they're supposed to be done at the end of this week, I think,
Okay, well,
is what they were talking, and then going to hot mix.
The KGM trucks?
Yeah, I have 5 of my own trucks running with them.
okay.
And I can mention it to the foreman. I talk to her every day, and I'd be happy to mention it to her.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
About it being an issue.
But I think for next year, we have to be prepared for that, if you wanna bring that up.
Well, if it goes beyond a couple of weeks here, then,
We'll put it on.
Put it on.
But if they're gonna wind up, so they go to the hot mix, we'll know, but we can play that by ear for the next meeting.
In the meantime, I will contact the sheriff's office to maybe step up enforcement, especially for they're not stopping at stop signs or losing stuff
well,
off the back.
yeah, that one and that one, they blow right through.
Yeah.
They have to stop up there. They can roll through it. They're coming.
Well, the one on the highway is, they're on their own there, but
Okay.
here and up by the water tank.
Well, we'll see what happens. This might be on the agenda for next meeting. We don't know. And if not,
Weren't
we
you
should look to the
telling me
future.
that Wabagon is a county road?
Well, it used to be, but the county says it's not. Somehow it was,
Well, yeah, because I used to go down to the old cemetery.
yeah, I used to go down all the way to the cemetery, it was a county road.
Coming from
And
25,
somehow it's not.
Wabagon down to the 25 south.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep on top. You're gonna contact whomever.
Yep.
So, without further ado, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Stuart, is there support?
Sport.
Support by Jim. Any comment? No. Meeting adjourned.